Word. Cheers, bitch.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling. School bell ring.
Boyuk, boyuk.
Whoa. Shibbity-bitty-doo-doo, wobbly-bitty-doo, 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 wobbly-bitty-doo.
Sing well. Sorry.
Shout out to all the Caribbeans and the Jamaicans, y'all. And we got some Jamaicans that listen to us. Shout out to y'all. I'll be back home soon. And then a little Joanna. You know? All I gotta think about is that damn boat. Okay?
Hey, yo, the boat.
The boat. Well, welcome back, y'all, to another episode. We was just so ghetto at the beginning. All that smacking we just did was so ghetto. We're gonna apologize. We're gonna rewind and act like we have some common sense.
Just a little bit.
A little.
Just a little bit.
So, you guys, welcome back to another episode of CHRISSIE. I'm the controversial. I was like deep in the cool on a Sunday afternoon. You were there, so was I. CHRISSIE. I forgot. Sorry.
Oh, I was jamming with you. I'm sorry. The authentic one, Anna. Audacious one, too. And together we are...
Chillin' when my Kool-Aid, when Miss Chili came to Renee. Together we are to each his own. I was actually listening to that recently.
Me too.
And I had to remember, I'm like, this is really one of my favorite TLC songs. That's actually might
that
be one of my
album is really no
skips.
Say, yeah,
skips. It might be one of my favorite TLC albums. Yeah.
Straight
Crazy.
through.
Shout out to TLC. Crazy,
yes.
Sexy, Cool is definitely
classic,
top tier classic album for me. Taking on you, taking on me, baby, 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 baby. It's all like that. That's a vibe. That's a vibe for sure. Like
when she goes, she be like digging the sea.
Wait, Tion. Tion T-Balls walking. You started it.
Oh my God.
No, I did. Sorry. All right.
You did.
I did. I'm gonna take accountability. All right. I'm gonna do that.
Accountability.
What's going on in the streets? Let's get this thing started.
A lot
is it?
So
is it now?
Okay. So this is the last week of Black History Month, and I just want to say, it will not be the last. We don't care who don't like it.
We historian 365.
Period.
24/7.
Period.
Like, it don't matter. Period. From there on, like, it is. We are Black History. Like,
period.
Like, Black History. We are walking every day in it. Like, all of that. Oh, it's just 1 month stuff. We have to change our mindset about this. It's we are walking in it because every day Black History is still being made.
We are basically. You know how they say they have living documents? We are living documentation on a daily basis.
In living color.
Dun-dun.
Come on. Ooh, don't get me started.
That's my jam, yes.
Don't get me started, okay?
What else is going on? What's wrong?
I'm just raising my fist in island silence in the last week of Black History Month. No? Don't judge me. I was getting shout out to my brothers and sisters from East Coast.
I'm not judging you. I just was sipping in the name of love.
Come on, sipping in the name of love.
That's it. Sipping in the name of love.
From the East Coast, from the West Coast, the dirty South to the Midwest. Okay? Shout out to all the folks. And this black person coming in with all the food. It's always one black person. This is how we ending off the month.
She got that good hello. That's alright. We be hungry too, girl. I'm finna fuck some shrimp up.
Oh gosh, I am crying. So anything we want to mention in the streets or Black History Month closing remarks before we provide our polls?
I don't know. I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
I don't either. We're still on a high, of course, with our Eagles. So we're continuing to celebrate that. I am deeming that it's going to be a great year for the city of Philadelphia. Period. I know we're going through some trying and some difficult times right now as a culture, as a country, but we're gonna get through it, y'all. We're gonna get through it. So let's just keep, as Martin would say, keep hope alive. All right. So who is the boss that we have this week? Who's the JAWN on the list?
It is Embroidery JAWN. Shout out to CHRISSIE from IUP. She has an embroidery business. She was also selling, so she does a lot of different merch, including Eagles merch. And she has some really cool stuff that she made. She had a lot of stuff up for Black History. Some iron-on patches. Really cute stuff. Check her out. You can also get personalized embroidered quarter zip pullovers. You can get like a crew neck sweatshirt with your like alumni on there. So yeah, look into it. Yeah, she got stuff for the mom. She got sports stuff. She got faith-based stuff and college stuff, as I just mentioned. So shout out to C, and her website is embroidery, spelled exactly how it's supposed to be spelled, JAWN.com. Again, that's embroideryjawn.com.
And for those of you guys who don't know, because JAWN is a Philly thing, JAWN is spelled JAWN.
Yes, please don't do that.
I'm just being very clear. I'm giving you the phonetic spelling so you guys know, and it's pronounced JAWN, not John, Juan, JAWN. Like no, it's JAWN. Period. Thank you. Shout out to C, Embroidery JAWN. Thank you. Dom, what the fuck is you eating? Because that shit smell good as hell.
I thought she got the halal.
You got some rice?
It's a gyro.
Oh, it's a little gyro. What
kind
kind of bread
in there? Is it veggie?
What kind of bread is that? Or pita do they use with them gyros?
It's pita.
It's that pita bread? That bread be a little thick. I mean, it's not nasty, but it's a little thick, so it'll be a little halal.
But that's why people get sauces
a little
on the
dry.
inside to give it a little.
Yeah, because it be a little dry.
What up on your flip?
Right, I feel like I be eating chalk right there. It be a little dry. Yeah. It smell good though. You got lamb? There's lamb chicken.
Y'all niggas eat falafel?
What?
I thought you would be the one to eat it.
I thought you just made some shit up. What's that?
Falafel is a real thing.
What's that?
I can't even tell you. I just know it's balls or something. Me neither. It's like.
It's a ball of what?
I don't know.
Like the ball that be using in like folk with Africans?
It might be a bean. Yeah. Chickpeas is a big thing.
What is falafel? It's a Middle Eastern fritter of spiced ground chickpeas or fava beans that are shaped into balls or patty and deep fried. They look like this. But often when I see them they're like round. They look like meatballs, but they're just not.
Not like chickpeas. I don't like that.
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
It look like a dry ass patty.
Yep, and they put the little sauce on it. Yep.
Oh. No, thank you.
And it's a savory. It's a savory thing, not sweet. Excuse me.
You know I need some meat with that.
You need a meat with every bite, so just stop it. Anywho.
I'm feeling a sense of judgment, and
I'm not judging you. I just know you about to start your shit. I don't like it either, so I'm not judging you. I've tried it.
I've never had it. I didn't even know what it is. I told you. I just thought you made some shit up. I dead ass had never heard of it. I didn't know what it was.
No, I've been trying some new shit lately. You'd be proud, but that
I am proud of you. Go ahead, friend.
That
Good
is
job.
not for me.
Good job. You've been doing well.
Yeah, I've
Good
been
job,
doing
friend.
great. Good God.
Wait till you come on down to crawfish. If you eat lobster, you can do crawfish and shrimp. If you eat lobster and shrimp, you can eat crawfish.
I barely eat lobster like that. I don't really feel like.
She never had it.
Like crawfish, this is like, it's so good.
Yes.
It's so good.
I don't trust y'all.
I'm telling you, anybody, please, y'all in the comments, if y'all can, viewers, audience, listeners, please let Anna know that if you can eat lobster and or shrimp, you can eat crawfish. It's not as chewy as lobster. It's also not as soft as shrimp. It's like a happy medium. It's literally like a happy medium.
I think you're lying.
I would never lie to you.
Me neither. And honestly, I feel like the best way I've had it was when my sister fried it for me.
Now I've never had fried.
No, I just had an oyster. It was actually, and it was cooked though. I don't do the raw shit.
Was it grilled?
It was charboiled.
Okay.
And she did she mixed something up and put it on top of it.
I heard charboiled or grilled is the best way to eat them because of the texture. I guess that's like the best way to get it.
I'm a muscle girl though, you know, and I only like the little ones, the black ones. I don't like the New Zealand ones, the black and green, the big giant. Yeah. But it was alright. But I think I personally I enjoyed the lobster fried more than I did sauteed. It was good.
Me neither. Was the meat itself actually fried, or was it just the shell?
The whole thing is fried. You frying it.
I know that. So the meat itself is not actually fried.
Yes, it is. It all goes in the oil.
So when it come out, the shell be fried. But when you crack the shell, is the meat still fried too?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fried. It's no different than frying. It's like how we fry shrimp. Same way. When people don't take the tails off, it's the same thing. But the meat it'd be good.
You had soft shells before? Soft shell crabs?
No.
They do.
You like them?
I would guess it reminds like a fried lobster.
Fried. Okay.
It's a crab.
Okay.
Full crab.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've just never had it.
You can eat the whole thing.
Yeah, you can eat the whole thing. I've seen it. I've just never had it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you can just eat it.
But it's seasonal.
Got you. That would make sense too.
Child, we just turned this into a whole seafood boil section. I think we should make that a segment. We should have a seafood boil segment. I love me a good boil.
Boils cost money, bitch.
We can do. They could be a special. We can do a little once a month. They could be a little part about, it could be a little, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
We can sit down and really talk with our other stuff that we got, planned to.
I like it. I get too
subscription.
messy when I eat seafood. I gotta put me on a big t-shirt, sit in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we can do a apron. An apron. Now I know first I'm gonna just get some tips for my nails because I can't use no gloves. I'm one of them. I'm not the only person. I can't use no gloves when I eat my seafood because they be in the way. Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like when the sauce starts to drench the glove, like it starts like to melt it down. It just be. And it gets too sloppy. I feel like you get even more messier while you using the glove.
But I be loving the fact that my hands don't be sauced down.
Right, but at the end of the day, that's what lemon. Yeah, that's what lemon and turmeric and stuff is for, to wash your hands. Like F it. You can. What's a hand wash? It's supposed to be anyway.
Several. That should be in my pores.
Yeah, I might listen.
I always smell like seafood, like, at least for the day after. I don't know, but I love seafood though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm a fish girl. I can actually go for some snapper right now. Honestly,
I still ain't never had that. But anyway,
it's so good.
What is on the topic list? What is goings in first? The boyfriend questionnaire. Oh goodness. So y'all, I actually saw this, and I thought it was hilarious. So there was a young lady who she tweeted and she made a statement that said that her dad sent her a PDF with 20 questions. And she said if the 20 questions were about her boyfriend that she had to answer before she could introduce him to the family. Now, mind you, this woman is Nigerian, so she pretty much blamed it on that. So I'm just going to go through a few of them, and I'm going to just run them down, and we just going to dive into it. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. She says she removed the others because a lot of them were a little too personal. So, here we go. What are important personal stories that shaped who he is today? Mm-hmm. Where did he go to school and where did he graduate? Does he have a family history of diabetes, blood disorders, sickle cell traits, sickle cell disease? Does he have any past surgical procedure? When did you start dating him and how many girls has he dated prior to you? Does he smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol? State the frequency. How many drinks per occasion? Has he ever used illicit or recreational drugs? That was in parentheses. What does he do for a living? Who does he live with? What did he break up? Why did he break up with his last ex-girlfriend? Does he make you feel supported and safe? And what do you like most and least about him?
And I take it after question 11 because these were all in numeric order, unless she just, I don't know. No,
just kind of moved them and just moved them up.
Yeah, because the other 9 questions were clearly
were
she
the
said
personal
they were too
ones.
personal.
Mm-hmm.
So she took those out. So yeah, I think they were great questions.
Yeah, I feel like ultimately, I feel like when you're dating somebody, naturally, all of these questions kind of come. I feel like I've naturally kind of asked all of these, maybe not in this exact form. Do you smoke cigarettes? What was your last relationship like? Who do you live? Maybe not verbatim in that way, but presented the conversation and eventually got the answers.
Yeah.
To at least most of these questions.
Right, in some sort of way.
Yeah, I feel like it's fair to ask. I don't feel like that is wrong.
Right, especially when you're asking about people's family history, and because there's people don't know things. I've actually asked guys about having like the sickle cell trait or something, and like a lot of guys can't tell me if they do or don't have it, and I actually have that trait. So I'll be like, that's something that you need to know because you can have a child. A lot of people
don't even know their blood type.
That too, you can have a child, and then your child, because there's a chance that they would come out. That's something very like
that you would want to know.
Painful and like it takes for a lot of time, patience.
It was just singing TLC. T-Rise has sickle cell.
So I know for me personally, just like what I don't got that. What is that? Just because you're saying you don't got it doesn't mean that you don't.
Right.
Like a lot more times, often than not, you do. They do be like you probably do have it. You just don't know. Right.
Sorry. And it's not, and I do think that the questions that he asks, if you want to take somebody home to meet your family, the people that are the closest to you, I feel like there is a certain amount of information there is a certain level that you should, or degree that you should know them to before you take them home, because your family is going to grill them as well.
Absolutely,
you should feel at least content enough with knowing enough about this person before you take them home. I don't think it was nothing wrong with those questions at all. Me and my mom actually just had part of this conversation recently. We was talking about like my line of exes, and I was like, well, I'm like, I'm not one for bringing a whole bunch of guys home. I said, I've only brought a few people home. I'm like, the people that I've actually been in a relationship with. I'm like, I've dated guys long term or seriously, but we never made it to a relationship. I said, I ain't bring them niggas home. I said, I had situationships. I ain't bring them niggas home to meet y'all.
Right.
I said, because I'm like, I'm not one of them. I'm like, that stayed with me.
Yeah, right.
I said, how many niggas I done out here with these streets? I said, I been outside. I said, John said, you don't know. I said, that's not what I do. You don't get that privilege. I'm
to sorry, meet my family. I don't know how the new generation might be different, because I be hearing all kinds of stuff. Like, side bitches be feeling like they the main because they know your sister in them.
But that's
ain't no way.
And you know what's unfortunate about what you just said? That's not this even newer generation. Think about how many older generations who, even women in our generation, women before our generation who felt entitled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They felt like they was running the show. And that's all the man's fault. Unfortunately, because he gives them that space and leeway or whatever he does or lack thereof to do to make them feel like they had that entitlement.
Yeah.
But that's not a generational thing. That's a whole racial thing.
I agree, and it needs to be stopped because that's crazy. But I feel like that's fair. I feel like any person, if you're dating someone seriously, these are like valid questions to answer. I mean, because within time, it takes a time to get to know somebody. Somebody gonna show you who they are, but just to have conversation and get to see how, like, when you ask shit like this, you know whether they're lying or they're not, you get to see how they think, how I
don't pause. Like,
I'm sorry, because you just be catching.
I'm sorry.
You get on my nerves. Look here. The important.
Maya told us it's the end of Black History Month, like we said.
Listen, it is.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Believe them.
But you was right though. You was right though. You gotta swerve.
Especially, does he have any past surgical procedures? And honestly, and especially thinking in terms of, especially being our age, and some females like older guys, I think health really does come way. It should be. It's always important for me as a person, because you don't even necessarily age has nothing to do with terminal illness. It could be hereditary. It could be from the lifestyle that you lived in the short or a long period of time. Who knows? So when you're dealing with somebody who's a little bit more up in age than you are, a little more prone to different things, I think that conversation has to be had, and it needs to be taken seriously, because it's like, all right, well, if you had an open heart surgery, and now you got like a stent or something, it's just like, I need to know shit like that. Like,
as someone who dated multiple older men, I definitely had those conversations.
A terminal illness. I need
What's
to know
wrong with you? You got diabetes? You were diabetical? You need to eat on a regular?
Let me not add to whatever you like. If you got this going on,
do you have a will?
Like this around.
Do you have a medical advantage care?
Too. Yeah. Do you have insurance in place? Do you have a primary? Like this is important. This shit is. Yeah. Is there anyone else? Like if you're allergic to something, do you have an EpiPen? Because a lot of y'all be out here playing Russian.
That's really basic to ask somebody. I feel like you should, if you're going to be around somebody regularly, you should know if they're allergic to something. That's a very regular question. I ask regular people that I'm dating that all the time, and I feel like guys are kind of caught off guard about that, and it's like, why you asking me something like that? Like, I'm not trying to be your fucking girlfriend. Like, if we going out to eat or something, I'm just trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make sure.
I've had guys ask me that too. Like, are you allergic to anything? Like, and especially when they're first.
I've never had a guy ask me that. I'm like, I've always been the one.
Like, are you allergic to? And do you have any food allergies? Like, or no, I was gonna suggest just mainly because a lot of people are like allergic to seafood and shit like that, nuts, stuff like that. So if you, what the fuck if we gotta go somewhere gluten free or something like that? You know,
maybe ain't nobody give a fuck about me enough to ask.
I can't with you. Or maybe just simply they don't think to ask things like that.
Because people are dumb. I'm like, but when the conversation does come up, I'm like, I've definitely been the one to say something.
Got you. Yeah. I'm like, and then my ex actually was allergic to wild, crazy, random shit. So it was like, nah, nigga had to. I never drink oat milk. Had to switch to oat milk from almond because I ain't want motherfuckers' throats to be closing up on me. I ain't even want to put
this bitch had to change her whole diet.
For real, I ain't want to eat a bowl of cereal. Now you dead. I'm cool.
I ain't gonna even lie. I would have had to leave him.
I'm scared. Yeah, and then allergic to fruit and shit. I used to keep my fruit before, keep my fruit really contained and in one side because I'm like, I don't want to chance.
But what about if he ate your vagina or kissed you?
Oh my God. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I really like the oil from the place that we go to get our waxes, that relax oil, and that's almond oil. Homeboy is allergic to almonds. Me not thinking about that, even knowing, but not really thinking because it's part of my skin routine. That you do.
That's something like, girl, you had to change your whole life for that man.
Fuck them up. Even the walnut scrub. And to make sense, like make sure I'm getting that all off of me because it's like it will like. Allergic
this reaction. Man was not good for her. Clearly, it wasn't a good mix.
So mean.
Bitch had to change her whole lifestyle.
No, I still use my walnut scrub.
I wish I would have.
That shit is good. But I just got scared because I'm like, oh shit, like let me not make
you die. Like, what's the purpose of us being together if you can't even come near me?
I hate you.
Because of the shit I use on my skin. You can't even back up off me. Can't even get no pussy because you allergic to what I'm on.
Hey, yo! You gotta be stopped.
Girl, I'm glad you broke free. Ouch.
I fucking hate you, bro. Oh my God. And especially asking, you know how you get to know a person too? Asking them what, like the personal stories that shaped them. Because it may seem like something, I notice a lot of times, even with myself.
You got mommy and daddy issues. What's your relationship like with your parents?
That too.
Because if you was mama's boy, I'm not doing it.
But I've been, honestly, for me, I feel like I don't even want to say it's only men because I know a lot of females too that be having like, they're mama not, and daddy issues. Or they're just not the coolest or the greatest they just don't have the best rapport with them.
For sure.
And I think it's I don't want to say I think it's worse now than it was before, but I feel like it's a very common thing. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I want to say I try to put it out of my mind. I think it's very telling about how you deal with the situation. I can't tell you how to feel, but I'm more interested to know, like, if you're not, like, how are you moving? If you're interested in repairing it at all, like, is that something that you'll look to in the future? Like, because some people will tell you, like, right now, fuck that motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it may be very much fuck them today, but in 5 years, you might be like, you know what?
Like that forever?
Yeah, like, forever. Like, I can't tell you. I don't know what you. it's certain things that I know I wouldn't necessarily want to forgive people for, even though we're taught something differently because we believe in something differently. Mm-hmm. However, but nah, some shit is just like, all right, I understand that, because a lot of people will say, oh, that's a big red flag, but it's just like, some people be having these real life fucked up ass situations that they
some
be
people
going
got
through.
some fucked up parents.
We don't get to choose our parents, so it's like you can't be, but that you can't hold them. Some but people to do certain. Got some
that's why I asked, what is your relationship like with them? And you sometimes you don't know, or you don't have as much detail until you get further along with the person, or they may not feel as comfortable sharing certain things. Until you get to a certain level, so you might not know. Somebody may have gotten touched or something like that until like y'all really get deep into your relationship or it's something like that. So I agree with you with that.
Or they may give you a little tidbit, not tell you everything in detail, but you may see, because I've been in a situation where it was like that. They gave me a little bit and then it was just like, I saw them interacting and it left me with more questions. So I kind of like, after the interaction happened, it wasn't like it was bad or anything like that, but it was pretty tense. And it was just like, not to poke or pry, but I'm just want to check in and see, like, what is X, Y, and Z? Like, why did you react that way? Like, is that a trigger for you? Like, what's up with that? Like, or is that a hard boundary that you've set for yourself because of disappointment or things of that nature? Just asking questions. Like, and I always preface it like, you can be, if in this moment, if you don't feel comfortable telling me, that's okay. I'm just asking, like, because eventually I do want to know, because I feel like this going to it may,
because I noticed it, so I might as well be transparent, which would tell you that I noticed
it. Was noticeable enough for me to say something to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like, I don't know, getting older should be crazy. It's just like, damn, like, because not everything is, nobody family perfect, but it's like you get very what else say? You get, I don't want to say wild or like amused or anything like that, but sometimes you're very shocked at like how things really are between people. And some people say face like I don't want to embarrass my parent, but however, we won't really fuck with each other like that.
Right. I do notice that with a lot of people. And parents even do it with their own children. I noticed that, with the older population, they do it with their adult kids.
Even how petty 50 Cent is with his own son, girl. I was saying that the other day, like, oh my goodness. He was like, you thought you were special. I'm just laughing to myself because I'm like, yo, first of all, you look just like your dad, number one, saying that. But he ain't wrong, though.
Correct.
Like, Curtis Jackson is very much and has always been Curtis Jackson.
But again, there's things clearly that happen within his life that allows him to respond that way and to have that lack of that lack of empathy when it comes to even the people who are supposed to be the closest to you.
Or maybe it's
like he has a mechanism. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, he definitely has a wall up. It's definitely a defense mechanism for sure, for sure. And we don't know what the root is for sure. But we don't know what's going on.
Writing strongly worded letters. I'm talking getting everything we can, even when we don't deserve it. Okay, I think they might be on to something. And if they start acting up, we need to call the police, put on our best Karen voice, and then get up out of there. Because you don't want the police to see you before they arrive. Because then they're going to know that you one of us. And once we get good at that, we need to level the privilege up and start acting like a middle-aged white man. Okay? Nothing don't bother us. We just do whatever we want with no consequences. I'm telling you, they might be on to something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I know I'm not. I think
I know I'm not.
Straight the like white, that.
I know you're not, baby. I know you're not.
Straight like that.
You hear me? Because when we are still finding out about reckless stories of children and different people of color and black people who were killed back in the day, because these are stories we didn't learn about in school, when it's different things and parts of black history that we are still just becoming knowledgeable of, we gotta step it up. Let's just turn the switch all the way on, turn the voltage all the way up, period. Let's start carrying it on, like he said, even when we don't deserve it. Because let's be clear, others do it all the time.
And do. And
all the time. This is the way they live life. Responding even to things they don't deserve.
Right. And I just feel like at the end of the day, like, if we tallied up as many times as they did that versus when we actually do something like that, I feel like they far out exceed us in that area. I feel like if somebody was keeping track of every time they did that since the beginning, child, please.
We just gotta start living by the rule of, remember how they used to say, well, they say it's all about who calls first. In a situation of domestic violence, it's all about who called the cops first.
Okay.
You know, you gotta be the first one to throw the rock and hide your hand. Unfortunately, because that's what it is. You gotta be the first one to call 911 and play victim.
Or should I just make a big scene over things just to do it?
Right.
It's just like, oh my God.
I'm calling the manager, and I just really said this the other day.
Do I care to be a menace like that? Do I care to
depending
be
on what it is? Yeah, depending on what it is. Yes, because I had this conversation with my father recently. Yes, depending on what it is, absolutely.
So give us an example of when you would do that.
Anytime I feel as though I'm receiving a lack of service, like so when I'm out, so prime example.
She about to piss me off.
Well, me and my father, we go out regularly. You know, my father is really, bougie. My father doesn't like anything less than a 4-star restaurant. Mm-hmm. So when you're spending a certain amount of money, you expect a certain style of service. They expect you as the consumer to come in with a certain dress code, to behave a certain way, to have a certain level of decorum as you're behaving in their restaurant. So your staff should be treating me the same way. Mm-hmm. So it could be something small. You could have came to my table twice. Mm-hmm. If I see you providing somebody better or more intense service than you're providing me, I have a problem with that. Okay. Because we're spending the same amount of money. We're sitting here in the same restaurant, no matter what we ordering off the menu.
That's fair to say.
You feel me?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that's just the basic minor level offense, something like that.
And it's crazy because and I feel like it's easier to see. Besides the obvious places like the justice system, we all know that's screwed. Mm-hmm. But like getting service, like say for instance at a restaurant, just like you said, it's so much more common for me to see that and witness that and be and get the brunt of that, than anywhere else. I feel like, or maybe I'm lying. The bank, every time. The bank pisses me off sometimes. But yeah, like institutions like that. I feel like it's like people are, and they're open with it. It's just like, all right, it's all these people. We might all be waiting, but you just going to seat us right here just because you just want us to sit here. We don't get a choice. But you going to sit Fifi and them where they want to go.
Why you had to use Fifi? So like, why she had to use, now think about bringing her in the house.
Get right, girl. My soapbox girl.
Now think about bringing her in the house. Why she had to think about Fifi? Oh, mama. Is master going to serve us tomorrow?
Don't get on my nerves, yo. No, for real, they be drawing on us in the restaurants, and I know sometimes people, but I'm like, I've served, and I know like people of all colors get indignant, they get ignorant, they get real pushy.
Of all colors,
yeah, especially when you're dealing with something like food. So that's why it behooves me. I'm always very pleasant, very polite when I'm dealing with people that's giving me service and they're directly handling my food.
And I check people all the time.
Me too. Because don't come out with me and act crazy. But by far, if you ever think you're going to give me piss poor service, if you ever think you're going to give me subpar dishes because this is what you feel like giving me because you really don't want us here anyway. Oh no, I'm going to call you out every time. I don't like that, and I don't want this, and I'm leaving. Now your chef just made a whole meal for me, a whole couple up for nothing. Now you're not getting nothing because now I'm leaving. Like I'm big on it. Like before I ever give you my coin, no, hell no.
And again, that's just something minor. But when it comes to big shit, like you said, the justice system,
the bank,
the banks, our money, like
business.
That's when we really gotta start like really, really paying attention, like and standing on that shit. Because at the end of the day, the same stuff that we get scolded for as a culture, as Black people, others are doing the same thing. They're just not doing it of the same way that we are. So they handle it differently. So they're not getting scolded. It doesn't look like that they're doing anything wrong. Actually, to most people, they're doing something right. So it's about the way we carry ourselves. Y'all got to carry it differently. Period. We got to carry Karen and Kevin on. That's what the fuck we're going to do.
I'm cracking up. Well, let's go.
Okay? If you have to ask the police officer for his badge number, Cause you want to cover it up, asking for a supervisor. You ask for that white
so
shirt,
politely.
then do so. You can do that. You can always ask for the person above. Mm-hmm. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Let's go back to basic principle. Hello.
Yep.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Mm-hmm. You can ask for whatever.
Yep.
And you can get told an answer, but it's a million ways to skin a cat, baby.
Definitely.
So no matter what you get told, it's always the way around the corner.
And I'm always in a constant headspace where I'm battling.
It's 12 ways to broad.
Do I want to be a Karen or do I want to be a Keisha?
A Keisha. Right, because sometimes it's about how the situation makes you feel.
Yes.
And sometimes you do have to think, and really, realistically, I think the difference between going Karen and going Keisha is about the long-term effects. Mm-hmm. It's like, is this going to be something that can just be real quick, just short-term and handled here, and is it worth it? Or do I feel like I need to take this, play the long game? Further. Yeah, when it comes to this, and really that be the bottom line between me being a Karen and a Keisha.
I can see how that could. Yeah, that's great criteria right there. That's a great way to measure that.
Am I going to jail or hell? Because hell is permanent.
Yeah, for real.
Jail can be too, but you know, you can make it. You can make it better.
We might be able to work around.
Right, we can work around that.
Okay, work it out.
Now we can work out the jail cell. Okay. But you know, it's again hell when you get that, you don't know what to expect. In jail, at least I know what to expect.
You sure don't.
I'm just saying, you know, I know what to expect from the criminal justice system. But I mean, for us, I want to our audience, our culture, our people of color. I want us to again go back to basic principles. Stop. Take a minute or a moment to think before you react or you respond to something, no matter how negative the situation is. Because it's harder to get out of a situation with just jumping in and reacting versus just taking that moment. And all it takes is a split moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Between jail for life or something else. Mm-hmm. So let's take that one tip from them, because I feel like we can Karen better than they can. Especially if we really decide to do it. Do a dash of Keisha in there. Yeah.
The politically correct Keisha too. Ooh,
yeah.
Don't fuck. Might go cracking on your ass, Jack. Cracking.
Olivia Pope.
Because that's a excuse my friend. That's a bad bitch. Okay, she is poised. She is educated, and she is coming for next. She don't let up on them motherfuckers.
That bitch Olivia Pope. They might as well open up the White House doors and let her in. That bitch, if you need a scan, you got a scandal. That bitch gonna fix it. Mm-hmm.
Shut up. For real though, I love it. I love everything about her. Inspiration, baby. I'm glad that these kids have a good example. She is a threat in high heels.
The only difference is her dad not had a B613.
It is.
Just saying.
So
what else we got on this?
Reality check. Yeah, of course. I put some screenshots for you so you can see it. Just a quick little dive into.
I think you was trying to be funny because I'm blind, but I didn't want to say nothing.
I was not.
With the screenshots and say, I'm like, this bitch trying to put it in bold because I can't see.
No.
You was trying to be funny.
I just was trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I can click on the fucking link.
Oh my god. Well, I didn't know if you had Threads or not.
That's what it is? Oh, yeah, I don't. So, yeah. All right, you lucky. Whatever.
Anyway, so I named this the Bubbly Black Girl Brigade.
This was your shit right here. I said I know we'll put a whole fucking topic on here about herself. This is the most conceited shit I ever seen in my life.
God, fake conceited. Anyway, because I'm nowhere.
Come on, me. I'm conceited. I got a reason.
First of all, that bitch showed up to the fight in that floor lip saber with the shoes, with the boots on. She pissed me off. But anyway, that's old news. She pissed me off. Not Remy, but you know the new one. So anyway,
Dust.
Not Dust. So this girl on Threads, and I don't want to butcher her name, but we're just going to say it's TV-Nisha. I'm not sure. Tanisha, probably. Yeah, probably Tanisha. But she spells it TBNISIA. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she made a thread. She started off by saying, I have a working theory that black bubbly girls are not embraced by black people as much as we think. And the conversation started to unfurl. So she said, In her experience, she found that being naturally wide-eyed and bushy-tailed has made her a target at work, in family, in friendships, and in romance. She also stated that she feels like white people tend to embrace her first until she makes them uncomfortable because she's black and proud. I can relate to that so freaking much. Black people tend to question my blackness, my authenticity, and my black experience, often not knowing my childhood circumstances. Put a pin in that. Which always made me hate, that her childhood struggles equaled, basically, she hates the thought that it made her think, like, is that my black authenticity card because of my childhood struggles? Is that what y'all telling me that equates to? Because it's like, why does struggle and black have to be synonymous? I mean, because history does pitch that idea because of how, we've been treated and such. But, like, why is that the only thing that we relate to? I agree. So the thread goes on to talk about different experiences. And I just thought that a lot of them were very real. And I want to jump into one specifically, just to lay something else out there. So a one girl, Queen Naturally, spoke on this, and she said, "We aren't." She said she learned that I learned that when I went to an HBCU. Some of the girls, the hood, Philly especially, hated me because I just wasn't like them. Didn't grow up in the hood like them. I was talented, pretty, smart as hell, had self-confidence, and a lot of professors adored me, and plenty of niggas wanted me too. I didn't have a reason to be unlikable, didn't have a chip on my shoulder from a hard life, nor a sordid way of thinking. I was bubbly, positive, and friendly, and that was very unlikable to them.
I think that's why it's important to be observant, which is I'm that kind of person. I observe people for the most part before I dive right in with trying to engage with them. And it's just about, as an individual, how you partake in what's the word I'm looking for? I guess, and how you explore how you want to engage with people. So you have that control within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can pick and choose if you want to engage with that bubbly person or not, or if you want to wait it out, make the observation, and move forward, or not.
There you go.
You have that choice, but you have to have those tools within yourself to be able to make those assessments on other people.
I just think
you can't just be out here treating everybody like they act the same way.
And I think that's where the lack of that speaks to the lack of discernment that people have. Whether you choose to exercise, the more you exercise it, the more that you put it to the test, the more that you tune into it and hone it, the better off you will be with making decisions about people that you choose to be around. So if you're constantly just writing people off, you have no experience. You're just constantly just throwing everybody in the barrel. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I honestly, and then, she spoke a little bit about like how, I just think that she doesn't have a disdain towards life. She spoke a little bit how like people assume because she comes off like that, her life must have just been so grand and great, not knowing that she is like foster care
and that's not
living in the bando, basically. Like, like having, I don't want to say living in the bando, basically, but having that experience where life wasn't always peaches and cream, and and just choosing to rise above that, and being, not letting life's fucked up just shit get to her, and have you have this veil over your eyes of looking at the world in such a pessimistic way. So I don't know. I think that I honestly, that energy is necessary. We need to see more of it, because I think more often right now, more than anything, people need to be kind. That's just it. You don't know what a motherfucker going through. So
I think it could just be me. I do think it's a difference between being, generally kind and just kind of easygoing versus somebody being overly bubbly. Because when I think of bubbly,
that's subjective.
It could be. It is
subjective thing.
It could be.
Because you just walk.
When I think of bubbly, I think of somebody like over the fucking top.
I think that honestly,
I don't think of just a generally somebody who's just nice to everybody, like kind and just.
I'm not even trying to toot my own horn right now, but I get a lot of great compliments on my energy, and it's not even when sometimes I don't even speak, and I get compliments on things like I just had a young person tell me, I didn't even know them for even 60 minutes. I'm looked at like, you're a good person. I'm like, you haven't even, like, you just met me, like, and you're so young. How do you say that? But no, children really do see the good in people, and no, they're drawn towards that. And the person, the parent just was like, my child from birth has always been drawn to people who have good energy. She was like, and it's crazy because the parent was actually the complete opposite of the child. Like, she was very reserved, very laid back, wasn't really like, and you could tell she, for sure loved her children. However, it just was like, this child has like this such a different perspective on life than she does. But she's not, what do you call it? So stuck in her head that she can look outside of herself and see that that's a character, that's a great quality that her child has. Wow. And just kind of sit there and marvel at how he's able to move through the world at such a young age. I'm like, that's a very good skill to have, to be able to spot that. I'm like, and there are some people, and I went to that point just to say, you don't have to know people. You don't have to say a word, especially when it comes to females. I just caught a bitch staring at me and when I'm getting at the bar the other day. Like, bitches really be looking at me like, I'm telling you, it's something about it. I don't know what it is, and I'm not trying to say it's something about. Some people can see, and they don't even realize they can see. If you're a person that can read auras and stuff like that, it's. And I don't know what you believe in, or I'm not trying to push nothing off on nobody. But when people have a certain energy and you can see, like meaning in the spiritual realm, things reveal themselves to you. Sometimes people don't even know that they have that gift and they don't know how to use it, and they just know that it's just something about this person. You don't like my energy because it's making you face the ugly shit about you. Period. That's what it is. Honestly, it should make you look at yourself and be like, "What? Why am I balling my face up?" I literally caught a girl rolling her fucking eyes at me at the bar the other day for no reason. It's a mirror at the bar. And I'm just catching. You know how you feel somebody looking at you? I'm just like, she's standing there just looking at me like this, looking me up and down. I swear to God. And I'm just like, and I get that a lot, like from females a lot. And I just catch it on the side and I don't say nothing, but it just really, people don't be
lashes over her face. What the fuck?
People don't be making shit like it's a real thing, and it's not just females. Guys do it too, but I just find it really crazy that people don't even realize, like, you got a gift to see stuff, but you don't even know. It's interesting
that you said that, because
it's for real though.
I'm reserved because my discernment is that high. Like, I'm not a bubbly person. I'm the complete opposite, but my discernment is absolutely there, and I completely stay the fuck away from people because I observe certain shit. And it seems like I'm one of them people who get that. I be trying to pray and ask God, what's your plan when you do stuff like this? Like, what's the reason behind having me have a discernment so high where I can notice things, and I literally stay away from people, but those same people then still try to make it a point to try to connect with me in some way. Yeah. No, bitch. And now I'm looked at as an evil ass person.
Like, no, I don't want to be around you. Yeah.
And it's just like, no, I know. Yeah. And it's like, I can be, when you do have, it can be, again, depending on who's looking at you, it can be, it can be.
But you ain't never gonna be, I'm sitting there just really grilling nobody.
Yeah, like, I've never done that. That's like, crazy.
Oh my God. Like, I'm just like, what?
I can just sit there and listen to people. For me, I have a fake smile in the fact that I'm trying to like, honing on, because I be sitting in meetings doing this at work.
That looks very prosthetic.
I do, don't it? I try.
I hate you. Tell me something. You look like your cheeks hurt.
That's why I be looking down.
I don't know, man, but listen, y'all, keep being bubbly. Fuck it. Shine your light. Let these people just be who they are.
Shine a light on them.
Listen, you catch a bitch looking at
Shine
you.
Shine a light on her.
I just made a face at her, honestly, because what you looking at?
You should have saw it.
I looked at her and just
like, let me stop.
I wanted to go real bad. But
I know, that wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. I was trying to
this would have tried this shit. You know what I would have did? Because I am this kind of person not to do that. No shit like that.
You having a good time?
No, I probably tripped on purpose. Like, I do little petty stuff like that. Like, I like tripping more. Like, I like slaying in the bathroom down with her shit.
You're ignorant.
Like, I do little shit like that, you know?
You're so mean.
Because I'm like, it's not worth it for me to be like outlandish. I can just like hit you with it.
You need sound effects, girl.
No. That's how I be.
I'm watching.
But I'm glad you got bubbly from, because, and I wanted to say that about that real quick before we leave. In college, you were that person, like, you with people, and you mentioned this before, like, people watch the show and people think that, oh, I wouldn't think that y'all would be friends because your personality seems so different. But I didn't have that issue with you.
Right, because I'm just me, yeah.
You are the bubbly person. I ain't look at you like, this bitch is too fucking nice. Like, I didn't say that. Like, I didn't do none of that.
Because I'm also not a joke person, if that makes any sense. If you're not from Philly, I don't got time to be explaining that. It's a noun, just like,
right.
JAWN. Just go look it up. Shit, fuck.
And damn. For me, it It happened naturally. It just was what it was.
Yeah.
I don't even really know how to give a full explanation for it. But again, real people just, you know, and you didn't think I was a complete bitch. Like, you
just
became
halfway.
friends with me, but you still even halfway. You still became friends with me at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was more concerned.
Everybody needs a little bit of bitch in their life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I felt like it wasn't enough for you to be like, oh no, I'm going to stay away from her.
Yeah. No, because there are people I've met, and honestly,
Really,
even with me being like pleasant and cordial, I just know in my mind like it will never work out because she will see a side of me that she don't ever want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you bitches don't want to see the side of me. I love you to death, but you know. Not saying you specifically.
Put you in a damn suitcase and put you under my.
I probably don't see the side of y'all that I ain't want to see. Oh well, if it get there, I love you to death. I love y'all enough to say if it get there,
you fight in the shade. It's like,
you know, 300. It might be 299. It's like,
I hate you. Thanks for coming through, y'all.
Yes.
Sitting on the big comfy couch with us.
And
Tip up your cup, throw your hands up.
Black History Month, Black Power, all things black girl
magic behind the mic, signing out.
Sign off on all things future on. See you. Bye.